my bus. Ooh, ooh. Welcome back, everyone. Or I should be saying I'm glad to be back because I've been a bit MIA. Oh, I didn't put this on. It should be a little bit more proper when I get on behind the camera. I'm not. Oh, give me a second. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now I'm camera presentable. So let's begin. I have been MIA working on my bus and of course going to work. I've gotten a lot of questions in my DMs and my Instagram and a bit of comments that I figured I should just answer all the questions at once, including to my fellow coworkers that ask me questions. I figure I can just direct them somewhere with all the information. So why don't we begin? I still work as a flight attendant. The only difference now is that I moved from Florida to Colorado and I transfer base. So our bases are generally in the East Coast. There's only one in the West Coast, which sucks. So when I transferred to one of the bigger bases, that means that I am now a commuter. So I drive an hour from Colorado Springs to Denver, where my bus and the airport is. And I take a 4 to 5 hour flight to New York, and then I start my day to go to work and attain the hours that I need to attain. I know it sounds like a lot, and it is. I pretty much have 3 jobs. I'm working on my bus, I work as a flight attendant, and I also commute. So it's a lot of stuff going on for sure. The thing about this job is with this bus, I plan on going anywhere, and with my particular build, I do still plan on working as a flight attendant until I can make money somewhere else. The thing with this job is I'm not micromanaged, and I do make a pretty decent amount of money for the amount of time that I've been there. So it's hard to sit here and say, yeah, I'm gonna quit my job and just drive around the US when I can go to other parts of the world for a relatively decent price. So for now, I'm gonna be keeping the job until I can otherwise make something else work out in my favor with traveling in my bus. Hope that answers the question. I should just, you know, be in a little bit of a character. Oh, it's a little dirty. Why don't we? So, I'm supposed to say something, and I want to make sure I say the right thing. Builders and I, nope, I want to look at the camera while I do this. All issues between the parties have been resolved to the full satisfaction of the parties, and I am unable to provide further information. That's that. So with that information, that's all I can say. I know that other tiny homeowners in the community have seen my house in different places. So it's no longer mine, the builders have it. I decided to get a school bus. And that's that. Moving along. What I really want to tell people is, because I want to. Jeez. Why do you even need to ask? Like, because I want to get a bus. No, that's not nice. What I really am going to say is there's so many reasons why I got a school bus. Mainly in the vans that I have seen, a lot of them park at gyms in order to shower and use the toilet, which is fine, but right now I'm already keeping my life to a certain way to keep myself near and accessible to airports. So that in it itself is keeping me limited, and I didn't want to have less space, meaning no bathroom, a shower and a toilet, to keep me from going to certain places. That was my main thing. It was mainly the shower and kitchen space were the 2 things that I really needed to have. I lived in a tiny house, and I know the things that I have to have and the things that I don't need to have. I need to have a shower and a toilet. I don't, good for you for going about life that way, but that's not how I roll. Maybe in the future when I don't have a career like job in which I have to be presentable all the time, in which I can just bypass with just wearing jeans and shirts all the time, and my need to look a certain way won't be there anymore. That can definitely change in the future, but right now I needed that space for those things. I went to a tiny house festival and I really enjoyed all the school buses that I saw. Not only were they different personalities according to who owned them, but they were designed so interesting. It just inspired me in such a way that I thought, wow, they are not only recycling items that are no longer being used, but they are using something that is safe and that has been in the system maintained by the state's code. And I think that is a very brilliant idea to take something that no longer is in use. However, when it was in use, it was kept to code for the time that it was out on the line. For me, definitely going into different school buses was a great, it pushed me to do this for sure. And the other thing about the vans is I have a thing with cars that I like nice things. Let's just get that out there. I really do like nice things, but when it comes to vans, the Sprinters that I was looking at really nice ones, and they're pretty expensive. It's quite different when you go and purchase a van from a person versus when you go purchase something from the state. In my mind, I didn't want to have a car payment in addition to all the other maintenance that I have to do for the car. I would rather have had something that I'm recycling, getting off of the landfill, getting off of wherever they're stowing this and not putting it to use, and putting it to use and just maintaining it. So for me, the cost for it was a main reason. I got all this space for a small price, very small price, and I got really lucky with the particular bus that I got. So I hope that answers that question. That question, if I'm going to park it. So I've noticed in the field that I work in and in the many years that I've worked in customer service, a lot of people tend to not ask the correct question for what they seek for answers for. And if I'm going to park it, was that question supposed to be, is it going to be stationed in one place? Am I going to park it when I'm not driving it? That question can be interpreted many ways. So I'm just going to say the generalization of what I choose to use the school bus. With the particular design that I have planned for this bus, I plan on, yes, parking this particular bus wherever I choose to. Hopefully I remember the location, or I put the location on my phone, and then I plan on taking the vehicle that I have to get to and from work. So I hope at this point that not only will I be part-time at the company, that way I only work a certain amount of hours, but also need to make particular types of money will be drastically different because of the lifestyle that I'll be pursuing. And what's great about my job is that I can work 1 month on, 1 month off. So there's so many options that I have. And in the general speaking, I do plan on parking this bus when I'm not driving it. Do I plan on staying on one place forever? I don't know, I'm not there yet. I think it's so different when you have an engine in your house versus when you have to tow it. Towing a tiny house is a pain in the ass. And this will be so much easier to go to and from wherever I need to go. With all that, I hope that answered the question if I'm going to park it. What I'm doing with this school bus is I'm spending a lot of time in it and just, spending just all my time in the school bus. No, I'm converting it into a tiny home. a home in which it will be easier for me to live the life that I want to live. When I had the tiny house, it was great. I loved it. I love being minimal. However, having the tiny house was vastly different than having a home with an engine. I noticed that I was not traveling the way that I wanted. All I was doing was going to work and then coming home, working out, and that was it. There wasn't the opportunity in the place that I had it to work out outside or to do the things that I love, such as dance and travel more, because hitching a tiny house, it's hard. It's not as easy as people think it is. Regardless, I'm hoping to inspire you all to figure out what's best for you, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. It did grow. It's bigger than a classroom. Yay for that. That's it. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. And I will be sure, once I'm done with my bus, to be making more videos. But for now, I do have technically 3 jobs. And I'm doing my best in keeping everything on video so I can edit and make sure that I share with you to inspire you all to do whatever it is that you want to do. See you next time, and gotta get to work. Take out this floor. Yay! Bye. How do you end a YouTube video? I don't know how you end it. Okay, bye.